Today I'm going to show you how to make a little end table. It's really simple and a lot of fun. The wood I'm going to be using today is a thin piece of wood that I found at the dollar store. It's nice and thin, and it kind of looks like plywood. I think it is a very thin plywood. And for the legs, I'm going to use my favorite go-to wood is our paint mixing sticks that I get at Home Depot for about $1 a package. And it's cool because this stuff is easy to work with. The only problem is it has some markings on it. But as you can see, as I did on this one, I totally sanded that away. Not a problem. If your piece of wood, your project needs something wider, I go ahead and glue the edges together, and it makes a perfect wide board. I did it with the original table that I made. You can barely see the seam. Here is the pattern that I'm going to be using. The leg is 1 3/4 inches tall. The tabletop is 2 inches by 1 1/2. And the bottom shelf is 1 3/4 by 1 inch. Okay, I have gone ahead and drawn my pattern on my wood, and now I need to go downstairs to cut it on the saw. I just wanted to point out with this saw, normally there's a clamp that comes down here to hold the wood, and I think there might be a safety guard. This saw is very old and those things have fallen off. I find it a little bit easier to work with because the clamp got in the way. I couldn't see my lines. Tiny pieces. You just got to be very careful. I don't recommend it, but I'm a little crazy. Okay, so this is the bottom shelf. It's going to be supported by these legs, and these legs are going to be notched in to the shelf. So what I'm going to do with the scroll saw is just notch out little slits until this little square is cut away. I lined up a piece of wood from corner to corner to try to make the diagonal straight. Here we go. And there you go. The notches are there. So these will slide right into there. I'll do some sanding and make it look really good. Okay, now to the assembly. I want to share some of my tools that I like to use. This one is very messy. I made it myself, and as you can see, I use it a lot. I screwed the cap to this bottle onto this board so that while I'm working, I can put it in there. It keeps the glue kind of fresh, but it also keeps it at the tip of the bottle, so I don't have to stand there waiting for it to flow to the valve. My other favorite tool is this guy here. It's a nice metal tray, and you get these magnets. And you see how the magnets are strong, and they catch hold real quick and hold strong. But what you can do is, it has walls, so if you wanted to glue something square, you attach it to the wall, push it up there, and it will hold it while it's gluing. It's awesome. You can do all kinds of stuff with it. Okay, so I'm ready to glue my table together. I have a little piece of wood that's about 1/4 inch thick. That will keep my shelf off the bottom. This way I can glue my legs in, and they'll all be at the same height. And I'll be using my magnets to hold everything together. So here we go. We're going to put a little dab of glue in each notch. Doesn't take a whole lot. This glue is great because it bonds fairly quickly. And in about 30 minutes, I can come work on my project again. It'll still be a little soft, so you can still move things around a bit if need be. There's one leg. There's another. Make sure we put them on right. And that one. Nope, see, I almost put it on upside down. Silly me. Okay. Now we get our little magnets. See, they're strong. I'm going to inch him up there. Get him up here. There we go. See? Holds it nicely in place while they dry. Get these all straightened up. See, I kind of want them going directly across to each other. And then I want to make sure it sits flat. Yeah, that's the way it's going to work. Okay, it's stained. I used English chestnut on this guy because I used it on another table that's in the room that this is going in. You may wonder why I used two different woods for the legs versus the tabletop. The tabletop I liked because it has this layered wood, like plywood. And if you look from far away, it almost looks like this table has been routed around the edges. I don't have a tool to do that, so I like this look. I didn't want that layered look on the side of the legs, so I went with the solid paint sticks. I hope that makes sense to you. Now we're going to put it in the room. Okay, it's in its spot, and I believe that it looks perfect. It holds a cup of hot cocoa and a plate for cookies, and look at the books on the bottom shelf. It holds a very special one that my neighbor wrote this Christmas story, and my daughter illustrated the pictures for it. So I created a miniature version. So of course it had to have a special table to hold it. I hope you enjoyed this. And that's it.